Hey guys, welcome to my channel Emerging World Order 2025. Now, what is today that I have? I can tell you this that what I have today is very, very special and equally important. Okay, so stay till the end. I'm telling you, I am telling you that you're gonna be surprised and you're gonna be. It's like what the moment, what the moment. Oh crap, damn, that type of moment. Okay, so I'm going to show you things that are coming in this new world order that are going to unfold over the period of time. And I've been talking, I'm not saying that I have not been talking about it. My whole point is that I have been talking about it, and that's exactly how things are unfolding. Okay, so I'm going to show you each and everything. And so let's get started. Okay, all right, without much ado, so like and subscribe, please do. Okay, it helps me, and it doesn't cost you anything either, right? And if you can give me feedback and all, then yeah, there will be much more content, much more different things. And I can assure you that my channel's name is Emerging World Order, and that's exactly what theme will be throughout of my content. Okay, it's never gonna divert from world order. And I'm going to talk about each and every world order that what's going on in the world order and how we are transitioning everything. So just keep your eyes open as well and keep providing your feedback. All right. So what I am going to talk about today. See, for those who have watched my previous videos and have been tracking my channel for quite some time now, they already know that I had talked about BRICS Pay. I had done a detailed 1 hour long podcast on it, and I had explained with proper slideshows and everything, like I do all the time, that how the new payment system is going to work, right? And I'm gonna post the link up top too. And here's the thing. But if you go and look at the internet, start to search, and you'll find that there are people talking about, oh, there will be new BRICS currency, that is gold backed currency. There will be a new currency that's called the unit, and all that mumbo jumbo fancy things will be there. And I always said it's always gonna be BRICS Pay. There will be no single currency. The time for single currency system is gone, pecan. It's over. Single currency is over, kaput. Forget about it. There will be no single currency. All right. So BRICS Pay. What happened? Well, let's get started. So stay till the end, guys. I'm telling you, I promise you, there will be things that I'm going to show you I'm gonna tell you how this whole thing is gonna unfold over the years. Okay. So I want you to understand, and I want you to watch this thing. I'm gonna predict everything here, right here. Okay. And let's go. So BRICS Pay is unveiled. What? What does that mean? Okay, let's go. See, the unveiling of BRICS Pay. So BRICS Pay was unveiled today at BRICS Business Forum in Russia. Because next week we have a summit, right? So what they did is that they unveiled the BRICS Pay and they did a demo of it. And if you guys, those who have watched my last video on BRICS Pay, so in the BRICS Pay also, I have shown a demo video as well, right? But this time, what they did is they did live demo of it in front of the audience instead of showing the video or something that is stage type, right? This wasn't stage. This wasn't staged. They showed the proper cards and everything and app. Once again, what I showed you in my last podcast about BRICS Pay, it's exactly like that. All that information is correct to the T. Okay, so BRICS Pay is unveiled. Just so you guys know, BRICS Pay is unveiled, and there will be, I think, there will be some serious announcements um, in upcoming BRICS summit. All right, so and this is unveiled to enable the cross-border transactions among BRICS nations. Okay, now among BRICS nations, see, already Russia and China or have are doing their trade. Among the trade between Russia and China is 95% in their own currencies. There is no dollar or any other currency involvement. And for those who don't know, Russians have already dumped euro out of their forex reserve. Euro is gone. All right. So now, here's what it's gonna be. See, you see this thing right here? This is called BRICS Pay card. So this is a promo card. Here you can see like there's a barcode. It has 500 ruble on it. So what they did is they bought coffee out of this card and showed how this is gonna work. So instead of how in the credit cards there is a magnetic bar strip, right? There's a magnetic strip, but instead of magnetic strip, they are using the QR code here. Okay, and in the demo what they did is that they bought a coffee with this card, and everything went smooth, and transaction was done, and transaction was completed. Now, what exactly this whole thing is gonna be? See, BRICS Pay is not just about uh, making a making payment is sorry more so BRICS Pay is not about uh, just about doing the payments and transactions, cross-border transactions or anything. No. In my last video when I did, in my last video, I talked about a little bit that uh, that whatever is uh, see whatever the problem, the main challenge, okay, the main challenge in BRICS block is not the Western countries interference, or some sort of somebody has some United States fear or something of that sort. That is secondary. That's gone, long gone. All right. What actually is stopping countries from actually doing the trade in their national currencies is the payment system, is the lack of a very effective payment system. This is why countries have been trading in dollar up until now. Why? Because dollar provides two things very effectively. Number one, it's security. It takes that security guarantee that nobody is going to mess with Swift. That's number one thing. And number two thing that Swift provides is a fast and efficient transaction, meaning that you go do the transaction, and the trader business, whatever that entity is, it gets their money right away. But what was happening with other payment systems, let's say SPIF, Russian payment system? So now when Russia was doing all that, then what was happening is that, so let's say when Russia and India, or let's just as an example, okay, well, let's say Russia and India are doing trade in their national currencies, okay. So instead of one single step process, like when you do the trade in dollar, it's a single step process because everything goes through Swift and all that is taken care of, and the person on the other side gets their money right away. But when you do the trade, when the two countries were doing trade in their national currencies, so what was happening is that it became a multi-step process, meaning that, let's say if Russians have to do something, some sort of trade with India, then they will have to uh use go the transaction will have to go through SPIF, and then the transaction, then further it has to go through Indian payment system, and then it's going to go into a bank that actually supports that escrow account. wherever whatever is going on behind the scenes. Hmm? And same thing from India to Russia as well. And then after all that process is done, then the trader is going to get the money. So normally what was happening is that traders were getting their money like 30 days or 60 days late. And in business, getting your money 60 days late is it changes the game, right? Because when I know that I can get my money right away, then then why would I want to push for a system uh, where I'm getting delayed, right? I mean, you want to work, but what you want to get paid 3 months later? I don't think so, right? If you're working right now, you want to get paid with whatever payment cycle you have set up. Like normally it's weekly, so for lots of people, it's bi-weekly, right? You do want to get paid then. So that was the major problem, okay, in the national currency transactions, cross-border transactions. Now, what BRICS Pay does is that BRICS Pay is a very effective geopolitical tool. Why? Because it solves this problem. In fact, it solves this problem so much so. Actually, let me stop right here. Okay. See, BRICS solves actually two main problems. Hmm? Number one is the whole multi-step transaction. It addresses that multi-step transaction. And second thing that it addresses is that no one entity, no one country controls it. Why? Because it is a decentralized system. What does that even mean when I say centralized system and then decentralized system? See, with decentralized system, what happens is that, and I have explained all this. I'm just going in a nutshell. Okay, I have explained this in my BRICS Pay podcast. It was in detail. All right, so I'm gonna post that link, and I want you to go and watch it. I want you to go watch it. I want you to go like, share, and do whatever. Just watch it. It's important. All right. If you really care about this thing any bit, then you will watch it. All right. So, so what it does is that the decentralized system basically, say let's say server is in India, some servers will be in India, then some servers will be in Russia, then some servers will be in China, like that. Okay. And so in India, if India has to do some transaction, then India will do the transaction in a blockchain. Basically, everything will be done in a digital currency. Okay, there will be no paper currency anymore. It was because of the paper currency, all this was becoming too cumbersome. But with digital currency, what's going to happen is that it's going to go, you whatever purchase you make, it's going to go into the BRICS Pay system. Then BRICS Pay system will basically take that the transaction, convert it to NSRB, and what NSRB will do is the NSRB is going to do the calculations for the destination country, and it's going to do all those calculations, and it's going to go and process the transaction, and then bank or and the other entity that's in the other country is going to get it, and they're going to get all that in their own currency. It's not going to be like, okay, that there's trade between India and China, so now China is going to get the transaction in Indian rupee. No, NSRB that's inbuilt within the BRICS Pay is going to take care of that part. Okay, BRICS Pay is a blockchain based payment system. So you have to be lookout. We have to be on a lookout for all this. Why? Because the any country, I can guarantee you, in fact, with 200% certainty, that any country that's going to develop a digital currency that is blockchain based is going to join BRICS in some capacity, not as a full member. I'm not saying that they're going to join as full member unless they are like Uganda, with $12 trillion worth of gold. So don't underestimate Uganda. I can tell you this: Uganda is the richest country on this planet. Okay, so Anyways, so and they are all going to join BRICS in some capacity. That's a guarantee, unless it's a Uganda, and I'm serious about it. So and sooner or later Uganda is gonna happen. Why? Because there are Russian miners and Chinese miners already there in Uganda doing the work. So and Russian miners, Chinese miners, and India is involved in it too in mining. So so if you want to invest in something, go buy look for top gold mining companies and start to invest in their ETFs and all that. And in fact, you can just simply go and invest in gold mining stocks and all that as well if you want to. You will never go wrong with it. Anyways, so uh, so they are going to join one way or the other in some capacity. They are going to join BRICS. Just watch, it's gonna happen. So any country that wants to join BRICS at this point is the one that doesn't have dollar already. Countries that have no dollar in their foreign exchange reserve or have very little dollar, or they are loan laden from the IMF and they can pay it back. Well, IBM doesn't care if you pay it back or not, but because there is no process within IMF to actually get the loan back. That's the reality of IMF, all right? Now, let's move forward. Now, impact on global trade. I think I explained all this. Facilities easier trade within BRICS, lower costs, lowering the cost. Now, of course, it will lower the cost. First thing first is going to lower the cost of the printing. You don't have to print anything. Think about that. Think about that. That you don't have to print a currency. You don't have to print metal coin. All that coin that will be that has been printed throughout the years, they can just take it, recycle it, and just use it somewhere else. Same thing with the paper currency has been just only a pollutant in the environment anyways, and then and then there are countries that actually take it and then create those fake currencies as well. Though there's a whole racket of fake currencies. There was one racket in Pakistan, actually they were doing it. So that's why Indian government has to do a demonetization. And lots of people actually went out of business after that demonetization because they were part of that fake currency racket. And this happens when you are printing your currency. But with digital currency, no, you're not going to have any kind of, all those problems will be gone. And you know what the best part about digital currency is? That that any transaction that's out there, it will all get tracked. So there were people who there were people who somehow there was a propaganda on the internet that oh, this is gonna create a privacy problem because government can control it, government can take our money and this and that. And I'm like, government can take your money regardless. Doesn't matter which currency it is. I mean, if banks go bankrupt, then of course you're not gonna get your money back. How are you going to get the money back? When Silicon Valley Bank and all other banks in California they crashed, then people were just dumbfounded over there. They didn't know what to do. So saying that there is there is a privacy problem, then start off by getting off from Facebook or Instagram for that matter, right? In the online world, digital world, you're worried about privacy, then good luck. So but what's going to happen with the digital currency is that lots and lots of crime will be controlled very easily and can be tracked. So I'm pretty sure that criminals are going to figure a way out too, because with blockchain, then there will be trade in Bitcoin. But he's always the good thing is that it will all be traced. It all can be traced. So there will be lots and lots of things that's going to happen. And now how this is going to actually impact the global trade in different way, then I'll tell you back and little bit behind the scenes story. Okay, something that is talked very little about. All right, see, When you use Swift system, and I'm going to give you the uh, honest input on this, okay? And this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not a BS. Reality is this: the Western countries were abusing the Swift system. What do I mean by that? See, with Swift system, you can see all with the logs and everything. You can see all the transactions, exactly what's going on before a final transaction is made. Uh, just with with when you initiate all those things, then all that gets tracked. So let's say if Bangladesh decides to buy, um, say, 5 S-400 from Russia, just a hypothetical thing I'm talking about, okay? And they place the order, but they pay only for one or two of them, and then they will pay, like in installments. The moment that Bangladesh makes this first installment, the the Swift system triggers an alarm, a message, a notification that goes to Uncle Sam. And Uncle Sam takes a look at it. Oh, Bangladesh is trying to buy this from Russia. Oh, so what they do is they start to abuse it immediately. They either put sanction on Bangladesh. They will come up with some sort of reasoning to put a sanction on Bangladesh so that Bangladesh doesn't buy it, or they will try to do something so that they can sell their own thing to Bangladesh. These type of things were being done over the period of time. So so these are some very bad practices, and that's what led to this whole de-dollarization. Now, when BRICS Pay is unveiled, then what's going to happen is that there will be no swift log for countries to watch. So when Bangladesh decides to buy S-400 from Russia, then Uncle Sam will never find out when it's happening, how many S-400, what are the details. Nobody will ever know about it. That's why it has to be decentralized. This whole centralized system, from where, in fact, see, here's the thing. Even as a human being, centralized power is always, it always leads to more corruption. It's that simple. You give power to one person as a whole, eventually, sooner or later, it's gonna become corrupt. Or people will find a way to make it corrupt. It's gonna happen. They should, things should be all distributed. I, at least I believe that things should be all distributed. Power should be all distributed. And same thing with payment system. Payment system is nothing but a power. Petrodollar is a power. Petrodollar power is being managed by what? That payment system, which is centralized. Meaning that that power is centralized. That's why there is abuse. That's why all the war, sanctions, blind sanctions, all the regime changes that you see. Lots of time regime changes are done. Why? Because somebody decided to buy something from Russia instead of Uncle Sam. All that is going to stop the moment BRICS Pay is introduced. And in my digital currency CBDC podcast, I had talked about that there are 144 countries ready to jump the digital currency bandwagon. They are developing their own digital currency. Almost 50 have already developed. They are in pilot stage, and rest are basically research or something. Three are already using it. Three countries. Bahamas is using digital currency. Nigeria is using digital currency. So it's there. It's there. So the moment BRICS Pay is introduced, I am suspecting that you will see probably that we may start to see more and more countries to joining the whole BRICS thing, the BRICS block. More and more countries are going to join. Not, maybe not as a full member, but it will be, definitely it will be partnership or in some other tier they're going to join. It's going to happen. And for tier and partnership and all, you want to understand, you may want to go watch my BRICS tier podcast. membership hierarchy or something. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll put the link down below. But you do watch it. That's when you will understand exactly how this whole thing is going to function. Okay. Now let's move forward. Now, future of the US dollar. What does that say? See, I think that like Vladimir Putin, President Putin had said that this is irreversible. Okay. So de-dollarization is irreversible. It's not going to change anything anymore. Only thing is that with a leader like President Trump, folks may get time. My American brothers and sisters, they may get time. All of us may get some time to prepare for it, because I believe that lots and lots of folks are still busy with some random agendas, that don't actually matter. They don't even know what's coming, what's cooking. Actually, let's just say what not what's coming, but more so like what's cooking. They are like that frog, the frog that actually when the water, when you water the put the frog in a boiling water, then it doesn't realize it until it gets really really hot, and then frog just boils into it and dies. So that's the situation. So what's gonna happen here? Like President Putin has already said that this is irreversible. Now, future of the US dollar. See, US is also working on a digital currency. So I'm not gonna give you a very gloomy picture here that oh it's all gonna be this that. President Trump has already said that if dollar is gone as a reserve currency, we will be a third world country. But I don't even know what third world is, because third world country is a very official. It's not the official word for those who don't know. It's not a United Nations, WTO, or any other body's official word. Okay, this was coined by some random journalist, some dude, and people who like to be toxic. They just went with it because they thought that it's some sort of kind of interesting. So they started to use third world, third world, third world, when actually it has no meaning. Literally, it's bullshit. So in fact, I'll tell you one interesting thing too, that the whole concept of developed country and developing country, that's also not in United Nations Charter. There is no such concept. And even in WTO, the World Trade Organization, also World Trade Organization, you have to country has to define that themselves if they please to. Otherwise, this thing is not even a official word in World Trade Organization either. If you don't believe me, you can go look it up. I have read all these things. I've been reading all these things for a very long time. And so yeah, so so now the future of US dollar. This is, see, one thing is going to happen in next 10 years. Dollars market share is going to drop. In fact, not even 10 years. I think that by 2030 it's going to happen. Dollars market share is going to come down to probably 30 to 35% globally. And 30 to 35% it will be only if it will be North American countries. In fact, Cuba is going to join BRICS. So Cuba, Venezuela, then don't be surprised if Mexico joins it. But Mexico, I think, Mexico is probably happy that they are going to do all the manufacturing and everything. So I think they are going to be pretty happy about it. Then Canada is doomed anyways. Uh, so and then European economy. Now Europeans seem to be pretty pissed all the time. They have already given signals to really um, walk away from dollar. Why? Because the only thing they use dollar for is buying oil. Rest of it is basically euro, right? And I'm trying to answer this question: the future of US dollar. Okay. Now there may be some African countries and in Asia. I don't think there is country. Maybe Japan, and then over there Australia. Japan is there, then Philippines maybe. Philippines, yeah, Philippines can use it. Vietnam. Some of these countries will use dollar, but let's see over the period of time, you never know. So mainly European countries and also, uh, and once BRICS pays launch, and if it is succeeds, believe me, de-dollarization will happen within a year. I'm not even making this up. Within a year, in fact, within 6 months, and even 15, 20 countries starts to do all these things. The Wall Street, the Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, all these stock exchange, they're all gonna shake immediately. They're gonna start to lose value. The whole the public market is going to drop from net 30 trillion to some probably 5 to 10 trillion. And once these countries start to use this thing, there will be a new valuation of dollar in the new multipolar world order. Dollar will be revaluated, and once dollar's revaluation happens, then uh, that's when we will see the actual fall of dollar. All right. So brace yourself for dollar's revaluation, because when digital currency kicks in, that's when actually the dollar's valuation will happen. Why? Because then you want to do trade with other countries, right? And if you want to do trade with the want to trade with other countries, then Swift is not something that's gonna work. Okay, so there will be some other uh, payment system, and when all that happens, then dollar there will be a revaluation of dollar, and that's when actually we will start to see, we may see actually the hyperinflation and all that, brief hyperinflation probably for a couple of months, but after that there will be chaos. Until then there will be chaos, and after that things will start to calm down, and but it will all depend on the leadership, guys. But yeah, I don't know how else to really put it. I mean, see, we have, we can navigate through it. It's not gonna be uh unmanageable or something. You can manage it. With the only thing, my only concern is with this whole thing is that there are no exports. Okay, we have killed our export. That's the reality. All right. Now, since we have killed our export, we have killed our farmlands. I mean, almost from where back in early 2000 and all that, there used to be like almost 9,000 acres of farmland now, which is left only 2,000 acres or 2,500 acres of farmland or something like that within the country. The rest of the farmland is gone. So agriculture is basically suffering too. When agriculture is going to suffer, then Bill Gates is going to feed us all those cockroach and all those worms and everything on the name of fucking protein. So think about that. Dude himself looks like a cockroach to me. Anyways, so that's the future of US dollar, guys. It's gonna look like a cockroach. I'm not even making this up. uh, Now, conclusion. Like I said, BRICS signifies a shift in global economic power. This is gonna change everything. This is gonna change everything. This is gonna change how the global, how the global trade functions, the global economy. It will change the whole entire fundamental architecture of the global economy. So let's see. Now, don't go. Just because I'm showing you conclusion doesn't mean that I'm done. Okay. I promised you I'm gonna show you some interesting things that's gonna give you some ideas, right? So I am going to do that. Just that, okay? Now let's go here. So what is this? This is BRICS Pay website, okay? And what you see is BRICS Pay technology demonstration. These are the cards that I had showed you in the screenshot over there. These are the cards here. And here's the actual news, right? On October 17th, during the BRICS Business Forum at the International Trade Center in Moscow, You can participate in testing the retail technologies of BRICS Pay. You can go and do that, meaning that you and I can go there and do it. To do this, find a card with one time QR code, link it in the BRICS Pay app, and receive 500 rubles for purchases at stores labeled with BRICS Pay. Think about that. Now, see right here, see BRICS Pay. There's a BRICS Pay app. Scan the QR code for bonuses. Let's do this. Let's see if BRICS Pay app is on my iPhone or not. Okay, one second. Let's check it out. Okay, one second. I'm gonna do that right away. BRICS Pay. Okay, it's not here yet, but I think it's gonna go in Russia first. Yeah. So this BRICS Pay app is in Russia, India, and all the BRICS countries actually. So now here, see list of stores where you can pay with BRICS Pay. Need coffee, coffee shop, BRICS Coffee, accreditation counter. All this. I mean, I have given shown all this. Whatever I'm showing you here on this website and all that, I have shown all this into my BRICS Pay podcast in detail. There is a video where it shows you the demonstration, the person how the person goes and uses the BRICS Pay app to seamlessly without any issue do a transaction, and he bought the wine actually, and it was done instantly. Okay, so see BRICS Pay QR, BRICS Pay B2B, BRICS DCMS, all these things are there. Okay, and this is one aspect of it. All right, now let's go and watch something else that's interesting. Okay, now remember in my podcast I had said that BRICS may launch its own parliament. You see 10th BRICS Parliamentary Forum. Okay, now don't say that I just make those things out of thin air. No, I don't do that. I don't make things out of thin air. I don't create news. This information is there. It's been these things have been there for a very long time. Now you see this. So they are going to, and so the way I'm seeing is that the and Antonio Guterres, he's going there, right? Uh, in the BRICS summit. So now you know why he's going there. Hmm? This is parliamentary forum. There, so and to organize this thing properly, I think they're gonna do a whole BRICS parliament. They're gonna develop this BRICS parliament, and BRICS headquarter will be developed in Bangui too. So now you see BRICS parliament is coming too. I told you there will be interesting stuff, right? And that's the whole thing I'm talking about. It's let's see. Chairmanship photo gallery. Yeah, look at that. Chinese dude. Share pause. Then we have Egypt is here too. See the deputy foreign minister of Egypt. We have in Kazan different folks. That dude is from India. I can tell who that is. Miss Abhishek Singh. Yeah. So yeah, guys. I mean, now you know. See right here. See what is this? This looks like, is this Palestinian flag or is the, I think it is Palestinian flag, right? This is a Republic of, no, this is a Republic of uh, Tatarstan, I guess. Yeah, never mind. So, anyways, guys, so this is what it is. That's what's coming, and um, so let's see. I'm just trying to see some other things here. Calendar, document, media, web, summit, photo gallery. Let's see, because this always gives you. See, you always have to explore these things little by little. So the preparation for BRICS summit in Kazan, previous Sharpas, then meeting BRICS ministers of finance. Actually, there is now. Oh yes. I forgot about that. Okay. Let's go back here. I'm going to show you something else. Okay, this is important because I think I want you to see it. See, BRICS representatives discuss ranking of BRICS universities. I don't know if you can read this, but mm, what happened? Oh, it sorry. Let me get you the new page. 1 second. Uh, all right, let me actually. I'm going to get you something. In I'm trying to get you the interesting thing here. Okay, 1 second. So right here, you see this? BRICS representatives discuss ranking of BRICS universities. Remember that I have all sometimes I have mentioned in my podcast BRICS network universities. I'm going to do a podcast about this one too. Maybe probably tomorrow or something. But BRICS network universities, you know how there is a US news ranking or European universities ranking and all that, right? So now this will have BRICS universities ranking, and they will have their own criteria to rank their universities. And based on that criteria, the university rankings will be done, and which means that lots of Western universities rank universities that were actually called Ivy League and all that. I think you may see some of those things change, and all that will not be considered anymore as a standard. And this is what they're going to define their own standard like this too. The university ranking, then you already saw BRICS Parliament. Don't be surprised. See, BRICS Ministers of Health to be held in Moscow, meaning that they are actually working to replace World Health Organization (WHO) as well. So communication ministers meet in Annapolis. Now, how they're gonna do what they're going to do communication, I mean, there will be something that will come with that too. So these things happen; they happen for a reason. Okay, so whole brief preparation for this is preparation ministers, BRICS ministers of science and technology. This is gonna be probably some space program or something, because BRICS is already planning to establish a base on the moon. So, and then Russia, China, and in India working for a space station. They're working on a launching a space station, BRICS space station, for their own satellites and everything. So think about now. You see where this whole thing is headed. Think about it. All right, where this whole thing is headed. I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of it. I'm gonna continue to do the podcast and everything, but this is just a glimpse as to how I understand things. Okay, so national standardization bodies, right? You see, this is even more important. What is national standardization body? Let's read up real quick. I'll tell you what it is though. The head of BRICS national standard bodies held a meeting in Moscow as part of Russian Energy Week International Forum 2024, at which they discussed effective forms of areas of cooperation as well as prospects for national standardization bodies to collaborate in intensifying technological, industrial, and economic cooperation among BRICS countries. Meaning that whatever trade they do, there has to be a standard, right? Like, you know how the products have certain standard, right? Okay, this product is good, this is bad, or uh, there is a standard where you have to specify what is the calorie count and all the ingredients and everything. All that comes from the standardization, meaning that when BRICS will do the trade, they're going to create this standardization. So among the BRICS countries, they all will follow a proper standard for their products or commodities that they're going to trade. It's coming, meaning that they're going to replace everything. This is going to become a WTO. They're going to work on a BRICS World Trade Organization or something like that, BRICS Trade Organization. So don't be surprised. All this is coming, guys, right here. Moscow hosts BRICS energy ministers meeting and this and that. You see that energy? So I will get you lots of details on these things, guys. Lots and lots of details will be provided to you. Trust me on this. I'm on top of it. But as you can see, whole bunch of things are coming. I'm telling you, this is not just some small thing that's gonna happen. Not just some little bit of BRICS Pay and then we're good to go. No, lots and lots of things are being worked behind the scenes. Okay. This is way serious than what even I thought that it is. Okay. I am getting serious now. This is on a different level, guys. This is on a different level. I guess that's all I have. That's all I have. And yeah, please do give your feedback. Okay. I like when you guys give some uh constructive feedback and all that. And yes, and keep doing that. Thank you for that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay. Please do like and subscribe. All right. You take care.